Thank you for joining us for Beyond the Stage. My name is Ruth Egerman. I'm the Director of Marketing at Livermore Valley Arts, and I'm with our host and Chief Executive Officer, Chris Carter. Say hi, Chris.
Hello.
Hi. So today we have the pleasure of talking with uh, Jimmy Cuellar and Miguel Peña from, well, they're performing together. Jimmy's with Mariachi Garibaldi and de Jaime Cuellar, and Miguel Peña is from Ballet Folklorico del Rio Grande. And they'll be performing together here in Campana sobre Campana on December 22nd at 7:30 p.m. And you can get your tickets at livermorearts.org or by calling the box office at 925-373-6800. And they were a lot of fun to talk to. I enjoyed hearing their stories because they were really quite different.
hmm
And it's kind of interesting how they're ending up on the same stage together. Really great stories, I thought.
Yeah, it seems like a really good partnership for the two of them,
Yeah,
and bringing the mariachi and the ballet folklorico together for this holiday show. They're both very passionate about it, obviously, and I
yeah,
think it'll be an incredible performance.
yeah. It sounds like it's going to be a wonderful performance. And, it was interesting because Miguel was kept naming all these degrees he had. I was like, oh my God, it never stops.
Very smart guy.
Very smart, yeah.
Yeah.
And he's using both his left brain and his right brain
hmm
in his world, which is it's interesting. And it's kind of funny because my kids are both artistic and math oriented. And
hmm
that was the same with Miguel. And it's just kind of an interesting combination when those two things end up together.
Yeah, and there's a lot of research around math specifically in music.
Yeah,
And I didn't think about it as much with dance, but it definitely makes sense in how they're interrelated. And
yeah.
music theory is very mathematical, but dance movements, it's all steps and timing, and you have to understand the music, and so it's pretty much ingrained. I think math is a big part of it.
Yeah, yeah. So this will give us a little taste of not just the interview, but the show itself will give us a
hmm
little taste though of the holidays, the Christmas holiday in Mexico
Yep.
and all the different regions of Mexico and the different states within Mexico. That was kind of interesting to hear about as well.
hmm
Excited about that. That's cool. Like a lot more in depth than sometimes you realize those types
Yeah.
of things.
Yeah. They were great. I really
Yeah.
enjoyed it. Very nice guys.
Yeah. Well, stick around for the interview and enjoy it and let us know what you think.
All right.
Thank you.
Hey everyone, thanks for tuning into Beyond the Stage. You've unlocked a special offer for Campana Sobre Campana on December 22nd, 2025. Use discount code PODCAST at checkout to get $10 off any regular price ticket. Visit livermorearts.org and remember to use discount code PODCAST for $10 off any regular price seat. Enjoy the interview.
And are you starting your tour pretty soon
Actually, this week,
this
we have our
week?
first, Campana. We're starting in November this year. We're going to be out in North Carolina
Okay. How
on
many
Thursday.
wow. How many spots did you have planned for the tour?
So I think we have 12 stops this year.
Yes, something
Yeah.
like 12,
hmm
13.
And how big is the group when you put both groups together, the mariachi and the ballet folklorico? How many people is that?
So the mariachi, we're touring with the 10-piece mariachi this year, and then Miguel, you guys have
16 dancers, two staff. Yes.
Okay, so 28 total. Oh my gosh. What's that
hmm
like? Is it like a big party the whole time or a little bit
uh,
wearing?
so sometimes it depends on how our schedule is. I know we just finished off our Day of the Dead tour, and we
hmm
had some that was like finish the show. You got 3 hours to relax, jump on the bus, or going to the next city. And so some of those is like, well. I think I'll try to take a nap instead
Yeah.
instead of party. But I mean, other than that, on stage, we're all having a party, having a blast the whole time. It's a really good bunch of musicians and dancers, performers that just get along very well, and the energy we feed off each other's energy.
Well, tell us a little bit about the show. It's Campagna sobre Campagna, which is bells above bells, bells among bells. How's
Bells
that?
over bells, yeah,
Bells
bells
over
among bells,
bells,
yeah. Hmm.
which is a Christmas carol, right? A song.
Yeah, so mainly we do touch a little bit on Christmas themes. Actually, we start off the show with kind of like a little procession of Mary and Joseph walking. We come in through the audio. Well, I don't want to give everything away, right? But we have a kind of that going on, and then we have them on stage, and it's fun. That's something I told Miguel once, like I want to be that dancer where I just have to stand there and you look very, very, very important.
Hmm.
And then we go on from playing Christmas classics that are heard in Mexico that aren't 100% Mexican. Like we have some Bach, we have some Tchaikovsky. What else? Good popular tunes like Jingle Bells and
Hmm.
things like that. And then on myself, there's one segment the mariachi plays where they're traditional Christmas songs from in Mexico, like Borriquito, el Borrito Sabanero, y Arre Borriquito, but we put a different spin on it. Instead of playing it the traditional way, we kind of took it like out of the style of Veracruz and made it like a jarocho. And so that's always been a kind of a favorite. Once they hear the little tag, "Si me ven," oh, I know that song, right? But it's just a different feel.
Oh, that's cool. And then, Jimmy, what instrument do you play?
I play the violin.
You play.
It's my main instrument. Yeah, I've been playing that since I was 5. But I dabble in a little bit of everything that mariachi has to offer.
And do you sing as well?
In mariachi, everybody has to sing. There's only
Yeah.
one guy in the mariachi band that is allowed to not to sing if he chooses not to. And that's the guitarrón player, the bass, because he needs to hold
Oh,
down the fort. But other than that,
he's
everybody
too
else,
busy.
yeah,
Okay.
he's a little too busy.
So that's a requirement. You have to sing to be on mariachi.
Yeah, you have to be able to
Okay.
sing. I mean, you don't have to be an amazing singer. Obviously, it helps if you do, but yeah, there's parts where you have to play and then do a chorus,
Hmm.
and answer back. And so, the
Okay.
more the merrier.
And Miguel, are you dancing as well?
I am dancing, yes. I'm still dancing.
You're still dancing, and you run a program at University of Texas, Rio Grande Valley. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yes, I am part of the faculty in the dance department, and
Hmm.
I am the coordinator for the Mexican dance portion of the department, correct? Yes.
And I read it's the only Ballet Folklorico major in the United States. Is that true?
Yes, we offer a degree in dance with a concentration in Mexican dance, and we are the only one in the United States that offer this. Yes,
Wow. Do you get dancers then from all over the country?
we do actually.
Yeah.
The more that programs grow, the more dancers that we have from out of state, and mainly from Texas, to be honest. Yes,
Hmm.
we have several from out of state. Yeah.
And then on this tour are many of the dancers from the coming out of your program?
Yes, all of the dancers were part of the university group at some point. So yes, most of them are graduates with a BFA in dance with a concentration in Mexican dance. So they are well prepared. Yes.
Wow. Okay. So we're going to get the best.
Yes, of course.
Can you talk, but both of you, this is a question for both of you. I'll start with you, Miguel. Can you talk a little bit about the history of Ballet Folklorico, when it started, where it came from? And I know there's different styles from different regions, and kind of a little bit more about what we can expect.
Yes, the ballet folklorico as we know it, the art as we know it nowadays, that movement started in the 1940s, more or less. One of the most popular choreographers was Amalia Hernandez. She was the director of Ballet Folklorico de Mexico. This Ballet Folklorico group in Mexico City was supported by the Mexican government, had a lot, and still have a lot of support by the Mexican government. So this movement, all this started in 1940s. She's the most well-known choreographers, but there are others very important choreographers that Mr. Torreblanca,
Hmm.
Rafael Ripa, that he still lives. He's in Colima. And it has been changing throughout the decades until it got the form that it has today.
Hmm.
Of course, we're not presenting these dances in Campana sobre Campana, but there are some pre-Hispanic dances that has been around for centuries. So, yeah.
When I watch, can you talk about like I feel like the men are all like cowboys, like
Ah,
tough,
okay.
like there's like a cowboy culture or kind of a
Well,
ranch culture.
one very important about Mexican folklorico is that in Mexico we have 31 states, yes, and each one of those states has its own dances, its own music, its own traditions,
Hmm.
costumes, and even within the same states, they divide into regions. So, for example, Oaxaca. I believe right now it's seven regions in Oaxaca, and that's just one state. Tamaulipas, which is in the northeast of the country of Mexico, has three different regions: north, middle, and south. Right now in Campana sobre Campana, we try to diversify and to offer as much as we can to the people. So we're presenting dancers from the state of El Nuevo León, Sinaloa, Jalisco, Veracruz, Nayarit. In all of those, the music is different, the costumes are different, the essence of the dance is different. So we try to bring the best of Mexico on music and dance into our show Campana sobre Campana.
I see. And how do you decide? You kind of answered it a little bit, but how do you decide? What costumes that you want to? Because there's so many options. It sounds like, and how
Yeah,
do you figure all that out?
Yeah, well, the sections we decided between Jimmy and I, the directors of the show, we sit down and talk for days sometimes,
Uh-huh.
and try to decide what would be the best to fit the Christmas theme for our show, no?
Hmm.
So we have been working for a quite few time, and we work on this program specifically for quite some time. So we could decide what's best for music, what's best for dance, and try to put it together into one single section.
Hmm.
Can I ask you a question? So you talked about the different states and regions within the states, and I think you mentioned at least five or six different
Mhm.
states that you'll be doing dance
Yes.
from. Now, Jimmy, when with the mariachi, are you is the music similar in that way, in that different states and different regions within states have different music coming from them, or is it pretty much nationwide? And just the dance and costumes are different?
Yes and no in a way, right? Because obviously there's a lot of mariachi has passed through a major side of commercialism, right? With all the big artists like Vicente Fernandez, Linda Ronstadt, Lola Beltran, all of them, they brought mariachi more to kind of a commercial area. So then the mariachi was able to kind of have its own sound and genre, but it did begin with from the area of Jalisco, Michoacan, Colima, they all kind of had a similar group that was mariachi, it was but they all had a different sound. It was then in Tecalitlan where they made it a little more official. And then that first group then added trumpets and put more strings. And then the guitarrón was built. And then the harp was gone and it was back. Um, and also because of movings and whatnot. So that's where they needed more sound. So that I got more commercialized. So with us, when we do some of the regions with Ballet Folklorico del Rio Grande, some of the regions that do have kind of mariachi stuff that it fits. But for instance, the piece they do Nuevo León and that section of Mexico, it's a lot of accordion, snare
Hmm.
drum, stand-up bass, and so I had to adapt it to mariachi, and it works with the music. It can go, but in thinking of the dance to be performed traditionally, well, you have a mariachi, so it doesn't they don't really go. That area doesn't go with mariachi. Not that it doesn't go, but traditionally it was built on that kind of style. And so we do that too. We have many different styles that we combine for the dances. Even in the stuff we play by ourselves. Like I said, there's that segment where we're gonna play those popular Christmas songs in the style of Jarocho Veracruz, right? When they're just guitars, songs, sung
Mhm.
songs. So mariachi doesn't it dabbles in everything, and because of it, we don't have to change costumes, right? It's just we have the one costume, and then we just change the musical style, need be, and so. But it does. We do have to certain regions. You have to play it a certain way. Like there's a lot of songs from Jalisco that it has to be played like this. If you change this, you're gonna get a lot of like, what are you doing here? Kind of looks, you know. Uh, but other than that, for instance, like I brought up the norteño or even Oaxaca, they don't use mariachi. They have the different type of instrument. Oaxaca is more kind of like a not a big band, like a marching band kind of thing.
Mhm.
So obviously we're not going to travel with the marching band, and we don't have enough people for that. But so we adapt the music to that region with the instruments that we have.
So, Jimmy, how would you define mariachi then? You're kind of dancing around this a little bit. So, like specifically, like what is mariachi to you, and how would you talk to somebody about it that's never listened to it?
Yeah, so I mean, I think the if you look up the word mariachi, it comes up many ways, right? It's a genre, it's uh, a costume, and even some people say, well, it's kind of like a lifestyle, right? Because it's a different way. It's a folk music, so it's a different way of thinking of music. We have our own kind of music theory. It's all the space the same, but it's little things different here and there. Um, but I feel that for me, mariachi is not only the genre, but it's also the way you're supposed to play something. You know, there's some songs that if you were going to play this song in an orchestra and you want to sound a little more mariachi, there's some things that you're going to have to do, right? Whether that be make the staccato, a little shorter, or add some vibrato that's not really used in orchestra too much, um, to make it sound like a mariachi. So it's to me, it's and aside from it also means, right, the group, right, that you have a vihuela, guitar, guitarron, some trumpets and some strings, and a singer. So it to me it holds a lot of meanings. A costume, a genre, a band, and a style.
Is there like a common theme with mariachi music specifically? Like, what are the songs about? Are they about love? Are they about life? Or what's
That comes down to the composer, right? Of
Mhm.
course, in Mexico, we're very romantics and helpless romantics sometimes, and it's like mariachi music is kind of like country, right? Where um, country music you can have a song about my truck broke down and my dog died, and it's a whole song. Mariachi music has kind of the same thing. Like she went away, I lost her, so I'm gonna sit in this establishment called the Cantina and drown my sorrows away.
Oh, okay. You it's there's that old joke. What do you get when you play a country record backwards? You get your dog back, you get your car back, you get your wife back.
Yeah, there you go.
Is
I was
mariachi the
trying to
same
remember.
way?
I was trying to remember that joke. Yeah, yeah, pretty much. But it's just the same way. Uh-huh.
Okay. And have y'all worked together before uh, in different projects?
So this year, 2025 would be our second year working together.
Mm-hmm.
So last year was what we started off. Our first project together was a patriotic show called Fiestas de Mexico. We got, I think we did one or two shows last year with that, and then we had a Day of the Dead, Eternamente, and then our Christmas Campana sobre Campana. And
Okay.
so this is our second year running these, and they're very enjoyable. Miguel is a great, his group is great. I enjoy working with them and watching them. At times I want to go and sit in the audience to see them, but I can't because I'm performing also. But they're a really energetic group to work with.
And it's gone well so far. No artistic differences. Y'all seem to get along okay.
Hmm. Yeah,
No
no,
big
no,
arguments yet.
We,
no.
we
Not yet.
No, no,
we've
no.
had one bet. We bet on the World Series,
Oh,
and
yes.
of course I won. Right, go Dodgers.
That's
Don't
good.
say that in Livermore. You'll
Yeah.
get in
Yeah,
trouble. This is the Bay
I know.
Area town.
We were actually in a concert for Game 7,
Oh, yeah,
and
that's right.
I was talking during the show, and there was a guy sitting like fifth row back, and he wore a Dodger outfit, and I'm like, I want to say go Dodgers, but I don't want to jinx it, so I'm not going to say anything. And yeah, so
Uh,
it was intermission. We ran to the dressing room. They're still playing, right? Extra innings. Finished the show, ran back, and got to see the end of it.
Yeah,
But
that was a
but we
great World
finished the
Series.
show all on time. We didn't rush through it or anything. And
The music comes first. Is
yeah.
there a particular part of the show that y'all like the best, or your favorite piece, or anything that we could look forward to?
For myself, um, for this campana, kind of, I like it. The first half we kind of touch a lot of more the Christmas stuff. There's one piece that we play just once a year. It's in honor of all the virgins of Mexico, because on the 12th of December, right, we honor the La Virgen de Guadalupe. And uh that piece always just the people just love it. You're right. So I always enjoy it. I mean, because I can't play that like in the summer, right? But it's very dear to December. So that's one of my favorite parts of the show. And it really just flows. I mean, we kind of just once we start, just sit back and enjoy and or sing along if you know the words.
no, actually, for me, every section that we perform, it has something special. So I can't choose. Of course, I mean, Veracruz, me as a dancer is a personal favorite. But a choreographer, I can't choose. It's like trying to choose who's my favorite son. No, I have just one. He's my favorite son.
Yeah.
But no, 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 no. I don't have as a choreographer or director. I don't have I don't have preference. As a dancer, maybe Veracruz. Yes.
By the way, I always tell people you can have a favorite child. You love them all the same, but you have a favorite. Um,
Hmm.
and it changes, changes up from time to time. Depends on who's in your
It
favorite.
depends on what they're doing.
Yeah.
Depends on who's visiting you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Who's giving you the least amount of headaches? Well, speaking of that, Jimmy, you said that was it your dad that started the Mariachi Garibaldi?
Yeah, he started it back in 1995 as a youth group because where I grew up in Bakersfield, California, there were no youth my age, 12 to 13, 14 that were doing mariachi. And so I began playing mariachi with my uncles.
Yeah.
I mean, like I did classical music since I was 5, and then I really enjoyed mariachi, so I started performing with my uncles, and it was just I had no one really to talk to. Like I go to my uncle, hey, Dio, look, I just learned this, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool, like, oh. And so my father picked up on that, and it's not that I was losing interest, but it was, when you're a kid, you need to have someone that has your same interest, or
Yeah.
you walk away from it. So we went to a mariachi festival in Tucson, Arizona. Um, and when I got there, they hold workshops, so there's ages 5 to 30 more or whatever. And so I was amazed. I ran into people my age, younger than me, older than me, all into mariachi. And from there, I was like, I like this. So when we got back, he's like, I'm gonna start a group. And he just made a couple phone calls, told everybody, hey, bring me your grandchildren, bring me your nieces and nephews. I'm gonna start a mariachi. And I think our first rehearsal we had like 15 people. And at that time, my father had just bought a house, but we were still living in an apartment. And so we had all these people on the second floor. We had all these people. I'm like, man, this place is gonna fall because it was the 12 students plus, the parents and the grandparents and some uncles, and they were just excited to, we had this youth mariachi, and from there we did a lot of things there in Bakersfield. I left. I joined another group, Mariachi Los Camperos, in 2004, and then I did a 10 year, and I was like, I think I want to go back to my roots, and so I took the mariachi over, brought them to Los Angeles, and we've been going strong since. We've been all over the place. Been with you guys for I
Hmm.
think this might be the fourth time we've been to
Wow.
with you guys at Bankhead, and been all over California, all over the United States. We've gone to Mexico a couple times. So it's been great, to go from a youth group into what we're in now.
So when did the original group, and not that it's not original anymore,
Mhm.
but when you started off in what you said, 94, 95,
95,
95,
94, 95.
when did you guys start touring?
So really touring, it wasn't until I revamped it, yeah, that I
Okay.
went back in 2014. Because when it was the youth group, I think there was a Mariachi festival in Fresno. We did that. We performed in that one, and then we actually got lucky that we backed up a lot of big artists that would go to Bakersfield, big names. And there's one story my dad told me recently. I don't remember 'cause I was 15. I wasn't paying attention. We're gonna back up a singer named Yolanda del Rio. She's super famous, right? She was obviously a lot older, but she was still very popular. And she walked in the room and saw a bunch of kids and just made a face and walked out to
Ah,
find the promoter. And my
yeah.
dad noticed and he ran right after her, just kind of like walked behind her and she went and she did say something like, well, what is this? You guys brought me kids? Blah, blah, blah. And then the promoter is great friends with my dad. He's like, hey, look, here's a director, just talk to him. And he's like, listen, just come in, do one song with us. If you don't like it, whatever. So we walked in, we played the first song, and she was like, "Oh, this is gonna be fun." And we did the show. After the show, she gave us big praise. And even after the concert, I think like a week later, she called my dad and was like, I just want to apologize.
Oh,
I didn't know. He's like, no, I get it. They're kids, like,
Yeah.
or teenagers, of course, for any big artist, you walk in a room and wait, what's going on here? So we got lucky. We did a lot of great things in the young ages of Garibaldi. And they all went very, very well. And I feel that helped me really set me up to push this forward and
Yeah.
give me a little more experience in what it is to manage a group, manage people, because that's the hardest thing, and make sure everybody is on the same page. Um, and it's been a blessing since.
Wow.
do you still have a youth program?
Actually, I do. I have a school here in Montebello. So I have 4 groups at my school right now. It's called Q Music. We're just working on finishing the nonprofit, but I have a group called Intro to Pollitos. My nickname is El Pollo, so I named all my groups after, some form of chicken.
Mhm.
So I have an Intro to Pollitos. Those are the students that are just starting off. I think the ages are from 7 to 9. And then I have the group after that, Mariachi Los Pollitos. They're from 8 to maybe 12, 13, no, 15. Some girl just turned 15. And then I have like the teenage group, Mariachi Los Pollos. Those are the high schoolers or just starting college. And then I have an adult uh, class where I have there's a policeman in there. There's a couple engineers. There's a doctor, medical doctor that just played music when they were young, and so they want to keep going. So I have them. That's called Mariachi Gallos, Los Gallos Giros. Um, and yeah, so I have a wide range of students right now,
Wow.
and they all the adults are ones like, hey, we want to perform more. I'm like, okay, guys, well, we'll get you out there, and then we have performance. They're like, oh my god, this is a little scary. I'm like, yes, it's scary. It's not like being in the classroom and just having me telling you what to play. Like, once you get
Yeah.
eyes and ears and then you see faces like, ooh, or okay, that was good. It's a whole other
The,
ballgame.
the crowd can tell you a lot,
Yes, they can.
just by their faces. Miguel, what about you? Did you start out dancing ballet folklorico, or did you do other styles, or how did you evolve into this?
Oof, it's a long story. I started dancing when I was 16, and I started dancing as a chambelán. I got invited by a friend who was having a quinceañera, and she got a group of friends. That's why I got the courage, because I didn't dance before 16. I couldn't dance. I was afraid of dancing. But because she invited me and some friends, I got the courage and danced in her quinceañera, and from there, the instructor that was choreographing the quinceañera invited me and my friends to the dance academy, private academy, and we started learning, of course, different dances for quinceañeras, but also folklorico. This was in Reynosa, Tamaulipas, Mexico. And Yeah, I danced for a while in Reynosa. I came to the United States. I actually have a bachelor's and master's in electrical engineering. But while I was doing my bachelor's and master's in engineering, I danced with a university group here at UTRGV now. And then when I finished my bachelor's, I was not ready to stop dancing because dancing was my hobby. So I kept going and I said, let me do 2 more years of dancing and let me go ahead and try for my master's. I actually got a scholarship, a dance scholarship. Even though I was not a dance student, they gave me a full scholarship to study engineering as long as I kept dancing with the university group. I finished my master's. I was not ready to stop dancing. So I got invited with a professional group in Mexico called the Espectáculo Jarocho. So I danced with them 5, 6 years professionally in Mexico. Then the previous director told me, okay, so I'm retiring. I mean, it's nothing for sure, but if you're interested in becoming a faculty here at the university, you need to get your MFA in dance. So that's what I did. I got my MFA in dance from the University of Wisconsin, Milwaukee. And after I got my MFA, I came back here to UTRGV and got hired as a dance faculty. I am a tenure track professor right now.
Wow, it sounds like that was definitely your path. I mean, even though you studied electrical engineering,
Yeah,
you kept getting drawn into this.
Have you ever
I mean,
worked in electrical engineering?
the most I did related to electrical engineering was I was a TA, a teaching assistant and research assistant actually in the engineering department when I was a graduate student. After that, I worked a little bit as a math teacher in a high school for 2, 3 years. So that's the most I did
Mm-hmm.
related
So
to.
You just
you,
couldn't deny that dancing bug, huh?
No,
The arts, right? They just get us.
Yeah,
I
for
didn't
better or worse, right?
I didn't see myself. I mean, I really enjoyed it, the engineering part, but I enjoyed it, the creative part of
yeah.
engineering,
Yeah.
designing, solving problems, etc., etc. But I couldn't see myself just, I don't know, just doing the same routine every single day, instead of being here, creating, touring, teaching. Of course, that has always been my passion as well. My dad is a teacher, my mom is a teacher, so it is está en la sangre. No.
Well, you could describe your dancing as electric. So that would be, there you go.
Yeah, I have had some people have asked me that question before, if my engineering and my math background influences my choreography, and I will say yes. Sometimes I mean, it's of course, I'm not bragging, and when I say this, I don't brag in front of my students, but whenever I show them a new choreography and I'm working with lots of people, I show them, so look, so this is, we're gonna be moving in binary, in a binary system, no? So it's gonna be 0, 1, then it's gonna be 0, 1, then you wait 2 more counts, and then you move, and then you wait 4 more counts, and then you wait eight, and then 16, and then 32, and then 64. So sometimes I use those kind of terms in my choreographies, yes, just to refresh the environment. Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. I could see how that would help you. And, music is very mathematical, I know, but I imagine dance is as well.
Yeah, especially Mexican dance,
Yeah.
where we work with a lot of people, a lot of bodies on stage. The geometry, the symmetry of the choreographies is very, very important.
And have you ever had an instance where you're performing and all the lights go out and somebody calls you to help figure out what the problem is?
No, not yet, not
Not
yet.
yet.
But I do get my family or my mom sometimes. Miguel, the TV is not working. Our solution as engineers as well, our solution is to, let's see, It's that's it. That's all I needed.
Can
Yeah.
I can I say that to my parents when they call me and tell me something's not working and I'm 3,000 miles away? Can I just clap, see if
No, no,
it
no.
makes a difference.
Bang the TV or
Oh,
Bang
unplug.
it.
okay.
Give her some love taps.
Uh,
Yeah.
Sometimes that works. I mean, it's just some resistance or something. It's loose in there. So yeah.
That was I used to work a long, long time ago doing during tech support for a company and on the hardware side, and one of our solutions when the screen went out was to drop the computer about 6 inches and it would snap right back on. And it's
Really?
the same, yeah, same thing. It wasn't like the best thing to tell somebody that just spent $6,000 on a computer
Well,
system.
no, no.
It worked. All right. Well, I don't want to take too much more of your time. We're really appreciative. One thing we do like to do, have a little bit of fun with our guests, if that's okay, um, is what I'm going to ask you a few kind of quick questions, and these are just to get to know you better. I call them deep thoughts. I don't know, Ruth, what do you call them? I don't know.
No, I think deep thoughts works.
Deep thoughts.
Yeah.
Um, the first one, but before you come out, we need to know this. Do y'all both like to eat pizza?
Yes.
Yes.
Pizza. What
Hmm.
do you think about pineapple as an ingredient for pizza? Is that yes or no?
For me, it's a yes, but only if it's pineapple and Canadian bacon. It can't be pineapple and a bunch of other stuff. Yeah.
Okay. Miguel's shaking his head.
And Miguel is an absolute no.
No,
No pineapple.
no. I mean, I could eat it, but I prefer things spicy, so I would prefer jalapeno maybe or
Oh, okay.
Well, you should
spicy.
mix the jalapeno and the pineapple, even though Jimmy says no.
Well, actually, that's fine. For the spice, yes.
Yeah. A lot of people don't like pineapple on pizza, and I don't understand why, because I think it's delicious. What about the great debate of cats versus dogs?
Dog. I have a little Pomeranian that
You
before
do?
we started, I had to throw him out because he was in here barking because he heard someone in the backyard. So
Yeah.
dogs for me.
I need to go on a tangent. So for me, it's tortoise. I have,
It's
Tortoise.
a
well,
tortoise.
I have seven. Well, I have three this size.
Wow.
How old are they?
They are 2025. They are 5 years old. They are COVID babies. I got them when they were
COVID puppies.
And how old do they live
Don't
to?
they outlive you?
Yeah.
Yes. Well, my son gets along very well, so they will be my son. But in captivity, they live up to 50 years, more or less.
Yep. Wow. What are their names?
Donatello, Rafael.
Oh, of course. They're Ninja Turtles.
Of course, yes.
Yes.
All
The
right.
only way to name a turtle.
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay. So Miguel picks option three when we do the cats or dogs debate. Um, oh, I was going to ask you, are you all familiar with Aida Cuevas,
Hmm.
the
I,
singer?
I those.
Yeah.
Yes. She's coming to the Bankhead in May. So if you
April.
April, sorry. So if you want to come back and see a show, let me know.
Okay. Yeah. We got to do a COVID concert with her
Hmm.
here in Los Angeles. So it was we had a full concert, no audience, just recorded.
Wow.
But I've known her and her son, Rodrigo, for a long time. Yeah, that's great. So I will check my calendar. I'll take you up on that offer
Yeah. How
if
is
I can
she
make it.
performing?
Oh, she's great. She's great.
Incredible.
Yeah, she has a great energy. And she's still doing amazing.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
good.
we have performed with her as well here in South Texas. When she comes here, we usually perform with her.
Yeah.
The university.
Nice.
All right. Mark your calendars.
Hmm.
Two more questions. I don't know if y'all have ever made a mixtape before of your favorite music, but if you had to do one about your lives, what would be the very first song that you would put on it?
Oh man, that's a tough one because even my mixtapes in general are just so all over the place. Where you can have, we sent this song to then Bach to then like Tupac or something, and
Rock to Tupac.
yeah, right. I don't know. I think my first song would probably be something like just something upbeat and probably in the salsa genre because I enjoy listening to salsa. I like all that Latin jazz stuff.
Okay, thank you.
And
Hmm.
for me, of course, my favorite genre is norteño music because of
Hmm.
the area where I live, and I grew up with norteño music. But when I was first in, when I my first uh, gate or window to music, my generation was Backstreet Boys, and so it will
Okay,
be. I want it that way. That will be
I
the
want it.
I wanted
Yeah,
that way.
great song. Okay, final question is what would the last song be on the mixtape? So what's the sentimental song that you finish with?
Mm, that's hmm. Oh, these are great questions. I wish I got them beforehand.
Sorry,
The,
next time
yeah, no,
we'll do that next time.
yeah, right. But the thing is, it's like for me, I'm just such a fan of music where for instance, kind of on this, right? Not to go on sidetrack, but I get asked all the time, like, what is your favorite song to play? I'm like, well, there's so many, like I just enjoy me. I'm a musician that loves what he does. I'm
Yeah.
blessed to do what I love. And so it's like one of those, well, how do I feel today? Today I feel up, this kind of today is decent. You have my day like this past weekend. I don't know how it was for you guys, but we didn't see the sun until this morning. It just went away. With all the rain, I was like, this was like those sad romantic songs kind of day with a nice coffee, that are just great songs. Not part of my life right now, but just good songs, nice melodies. So I think, oh man, I would probably just last song. I think I would do a mariachi song, just something upbeat and like, yeah, we'll end it with that.
All right.
That'll be my for today. Tomorrow might be a
Okay.
little bit different.
All right. We'll ask you tomorrow too then.
Yeah.
Um, all right, Miguel, he gave you a minute to think about it.
I know. Well, for me, it was, see, and I thought about it. For me, if I think this tape or CD as my life, I was introduced into the music world maybe by for the Backs or with the Backstreet Boys, but I would like to end my CD with it's called Un Puño de Tierra.
Hmm.
Called by Ramon Ayala. Ramon Ayala, it's a
Mm,
regional artist here, norteño music, accordion and everything. So Un Puño de
Hmm.
Tierra by Ramon Ayala.
Okay, we're gonna have to look that one up.
Yeah.
it's a good song.
Oh, good. Thank you. Well, thanks for sharing that. And we're so looking forward to seeing you next month for Campaña sobre Campaña, Christmas in Mexico. And I know we're going to have a great crowd, and it's right before the holiday, so it should be a wonderful night. And just really happy to talk to you, and thank you so much for your time.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
No, thank
much.
you guys, and we'll see you soon.
It's a
All
pleasure.
right.
All right, bye
See you
bye.
later. Take
Bye.
care.
Well, thank you for joining us for Beyond the Stage featuring Jimmy Cuellar and Miguel Peña from Jimmy's from Mariachi Garibaldi and Miguel is from Ballet Folklorico de Rio
Del Rio
Grande.
Grande.
Yeah, de Rio Grande. Thank you. And they're going to be performing live at the Bankhead on December 22nd at 7:30 p.m. You can get your tickets now at livermorearts.org or by calling the box office at 925-373-6800. We post new podcasts on the second Thursday of the month, and we'd love to hear your thoughts on this episode or your favorite parts. Leave us a comment, ask a question, or give us a review on our social media or anywhere else you watch or listen to this podcast. And you'll find us on all of our socials at the Bankhead LVA. And remember to subscribe or follow us wherever you get your podcasts. I'm Ruth Egerman.
And I'm Chris Carter.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Hey everyone, we hope you enjoyed the interview. You've unlocked a special offer for Campana Sobre Campana on December 22nd, 2025. Use discount code PODCAST at checkout to get $10 off any regular price seat. Visit livermorearts.org and remember to use discount code PODCAST for $10 off any regular price seat. Thanks for tuning into Beyond the Stage.